What if the most powerful words you speak every single day aren't merely describing your life, but creating it? What if, without realizing it, you've been holding the blueprints to your reality in your hands, scribbling notes of limitation or possibility, all with just two simple words? Think about it. Every whispered doubt, every bold declaration, every quiet assumption about yourself, they all begin with a sacred, ancient signature. A signature that isn't just about who you are, but who you become. From the hushed chants of ancient mystics to the groundbreaking theories of modern quantum physicists, one profound truth echoes through time. Identity is generative. You don't just wait to become something, you declare it. And in that very declaration, you align your entire reality to match. This isn't magic, folks. This is the silent, fundamental law behind every single triumph, every perceived miracle, and yes, even every setback you've ever encountered. It doesn't begin with strenuous effort or complex strategies, but with a deeply personal, often unconscious, I am. Remember the story of Moses standing before the burning bush, asking for the name of the divine? The response wasn't a title, wasn't a rigid hierarchy. It was a code, a living, breathing statement. I am that I am. This wasn't a name in the traditional sense. It was a declaration of pure presence, of infinite being, of endless becoming. And whether you realize it or not, you, just like Moses, have been repeating that sacred name every single time you've uttered those two simple words, I am. This isn't just an audiobook you're about to listen to. It's a profound journey, a deep dive into the mechanics of identity, manifestation, and the very fabric of your reality. More importantly, it's a spiritual initiation, an unveiling of the hidden, undeniable power behind every single thought you entertain and every single word you speak. By the end of this transformative journey with Massive World, you will no longer utter I am carelessly. You will speak it with crystalline clarity, unwavering authority, and a deep, intrinsic knowing. And when you do, the universe, in all its infinite wisdom, will respond accordingly. Are you ready to reclaim your divine authorship? To rediscover the creator behind the curtain, which is, in fact, you? Then let's begin. Chapter 1. The original name. I am that I am. Narrator. Before the vast expanse of our world was meticulously shaped by the labels we impose, the religions we practice, and the doctrines we cling to, there was simply being. And at the very heart of that pure, unadulterated being lies the wordless, boundless awareness that we know profoundly as I am. Cast your mind back to that timeless encounter. Moses, standing before the awe-inspiring burning bush, captivated by a presence that defied all earthly logic. When he, with a sense of reverence and perhaps a touch of fear, dared to ask, "Who shall I say sent me?" The response was not a name in the conventional sense, not a designation like Zeus or Ra or God. It was a declaration, a self-existent truth. I am that I am. These four simple words, seemingly so unassuming, carry an infinite, untamed power. They are not a mere title. They are not a fixed identity. They are, unequivocally, a state of existence itself. What this pivotal moment revealed was far more than just the name of God. It unveiled a universal principle, a fundamental truth woven into the very fabric of existence. The creative force behind everything is conscious awareness of being. And here, my friend, is the profound, hidden truth, a secret whispered across centuries. You carry this very same creative force within you. Think about it. I am is not a description. It is in its purest essence, a command. Every single time you utter, I am tired, or I am not good enough, or I am lucky, you are not merely describing a fleeting moment. You are, whether consciously or unconsciously, declaring a truth that reverberates through your subconscious mind, ripples out into the vast universe, and settles deeply into every single cell within your physical body. The I am statement is a vibrational order. It's a metaphysical command launched with precise intention into the boundless field of creation. You are the one giving direction. You are the conductor of your symphony. You are the author of your reality. And here's the kicker. The universe doesn't simply respond to what you want. It responds, always and without fail, to who you are. Wanting by itself is often powerless. Wanting is a hesitant whisper, a hopeful I wish. But I am is thunder. It is authority. It is divine authorship. It is the undeniable signature of your soul, etching itself onto the canvas of your life. This concept of name and power isn't new. In countless ancient spiritual traditions, names were held sacred. To truly know the name of something was to hold a unique power over it. This wasn't superstition, my friends. This was, and still is, energetic law. Your true name isn't John, or Sarah, or whatever label society has given you. Your true, most potent name is I am. Everything you attach after that name shapes the lens through which you see, feel, and ultimately create your world. This is precisely why the ancient mystics so fiercely protected the understanding of the I am presence. Not because it was a secret to be hoarded, but because it was simply too powerful to be spoken unconsciously, without awareness of its immense creative weight. Even modern science, with its powerful microscopes and complex algorithms, points to the undeniable power of belief and identity. In the captivating field of neuroscience, your reticular activating system, ARAS, in the brain, acts like a sophisticated, highly selective filter. It takes your I am beliefs, those deeply held convictions about yourself, and then, with relentless efficiency, seeks out every single piece of evidence in your world to support them. Say, I am unlucky, and your brain will tirelessly search for proof, highlighting every misfortune, every missed opportunity. But shift your declaration to, I am resilient, and watch as your brain miraculously shifts its focus, drawing your attention to moments of strength, instances of recovery, and proof of your inner fortitude. Your biology responds. Your energy responds. And yes, your environment responds. This isn't magical thinking. This is your cognitive architecture at work. This is the inherent design of your brilliant mind. So, why does this matter so profoundly, right now, in your life? Because for far too long, you've been given the keys to the kingdom all along. Yet most people use them unconsciously, blindly, like fumbling in the dark. They unwittingly declare, I am always broke. I am not good at relationships. I am too old, too late, too lost. And the universe, in its perfect, impartial reflection, simply says, as you wish. This very chapter, this very moment, exists to jolt you awake, to liberate you from the shackles of accidental identity creation. Because once you truly become aware of the sheer, unadulterated power residing behind those two simple words, I am, you can no longer afford to speak in doubt. Every single word you declare, every silent assumption you hold, is a brick. A brick in the very house you are meticulously building, day by day, moment by moment. So, I invite you to ask yourself, with profound honesty, what reality are you constructing with the I am you repeat daily? Are you mindlessly repeating the echoes of your past? Or are you finally consciously authoring your magnificent future? As a final reflection for this chapter, I urge you, don't just think it. Don't just understand it intellectually. Say it with breath, not just in your mind, but out loud. I am aware. I am the author. I am that I am. You are not your circumstances, no matter how daunting they seem. You are not your fleeting thoughts, no matter how loud they clamor. You are not your history, no matter how defining it once felt. You are the I am behind them all. This, my friends, is just the beginning. In the next chapter, we'll delve even deeper, exploring how the unconscious I am so often becomes a hidden trap, and how you can powerfully shift from passive programming to magnificent conscious creation. If you're still listening, still captivated, still hungry for more, then know this: your journey into true identity has just begun. Welcome to Mass of World. Chapter 2. Identity is Destiny. How I Am Shapes Your World. Dr. Carl Jung once observed, "Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me." How profoundly true this rings when we consider our own internal dialogue, the silent conversations we hold with ourselves. Every single day, whether we realize it or not, we are actively speaking our destiny into existence, not through grand poetry or ancient prophecy, but through something far more subtle, far more intimate, our own self-talk. Specifically, those quiet, powerful I am statements. Think about the phrases we often utter, almost reflexively. I am tired. I am unlucky. I am just not that type of person. I am trying. These phrases seem innocent enough, common even, part of the daily chatter of our minds. But hidden within each one, nestled in the very core of its meaning, is a blueprint for your reality. A tiny potent seed that, once planted into the fertile soil of your consciousness, meticulously shapes the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act, and ultimately, the life you live. Imagine each I am statement as a seed you carefully, or perhaps carelessly, plant into the rich soil of your consciousness. Say it once, and the ground is merely stirred, a gentle disturbance. But say it repeatedly, with feeling and conviction, and watch as tenacious roots begin to grow, embedding themselves deep within your being. Water that seed with powerful emotion, whether it be fear or joy, doubt or certainty, and it will blossom. It will blossom into a deeply held belief. And once something truly becomes a belief, it transforms into your default lens. It becomes the very filter through which you interpret people, perceive opportunities, and navigate challenges. You don't just say, I am anxious, anymore. You begin to see the world through the lens of anxiety. You filter every single facet of life through that deeply ingrained identity. This, my friends, is precisely why identity is destiny. Because once you declare, I am, authentically, consistently, everything else in your world subtly, miraculously, rearranges itself to prove you right. Your subconscious mind listens to you with absolute unwavering literalness. It doesn't evaluate. It doesn't edit. It doesn't question your sincerity or your fleeting mood. It simply accepts what you say as absolute truth and immediately begins aligning your behavior, your perception, and even your circumstances accordingly. Think of it. I am bad with money. This trains your brain to unconsciously overlook lucrative opportunities, to ignore intuitive nudges, and to repeat spending patterns that keep you stuck. I am unlucky in love. This creates an energetic filter that actively sifts out truly aligned partners, while paradoxically drawing in relationships that, despite your conscious desires, validate your underlying pain. I am too old. I am too shy. I am not enough. Each of these becomes a script, a pre-written narrative that you begin to live out over and over again, like an endless loop. These aren't just mere words, dismissed as trivial self-talk. These are contracts, binding agreements with your reality. And the challenging truth is, most of us sign these contracts without ever bothering to read the fine print. We sign them unconsciously, unaware of the profound implications. Consider the powerful, real-life transformations that occur through these internal shifts. Take, for instance, a man who, for the majority of his adult life, consistently declared, "I am a procrastinator." He didn't just delay things. He genuinely identified as someone who delays. His entire being resonated with that identity. But then, a flicker of awareness. He began, slowly, deliberately, to change his internal language. He started whispering, then declaring, "I am someone who finishes what I start." Something shifted. His habits, almost imperceptibly at first, began to restructure themselves to match his new, chosen identity. Or consider the woman who, for years, staunchly declared, "I'm just not creative." Creativity felt foreign, unattainable. But after she picked up journaling for pure enjoyment, she began to gently replace that old narrative with a new one. "I am learning to express myself." Eventually, the declaration, "I am creative," no longer felt like a stretch or a forced affirmation. It felt natural, authentic. Today, she's a published poet, her words flowing effortlessly, a testament to the power of a single changed identity. These aren't mere coincidences. These are undeniable examples of what happens consistently when you consciously change your "I am." Your habits meticulously follow your identity. Your environment, like a cosmic mirror, echoes your identity. And yes, your results, in every single area of your life, will rise or fall to meet the precise standard of who you genuinely believe yourself to be. From the quiet whispers of your language to the vibrant canvas of your living reality, we often make the mistake of trying to change our lives by focusing solely on changing our actions first. But actions that don't authentically flow from a deeply rooted identity rarely stick. They feel forced, unsustainable, like trying to push a rope. Want to truly change your life? Don't just change your behavior. Change who you are being. Instead of trying, with effort, to be more confident, take a deep breath and powerfully declare, "I am confident." Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," plant the seed with authority. "I am already embodying success." These declarations, at first, may feel strange. They might even feel like a deliberate stretch of your current reality. But remember, repetition is powerful. It's the silent architect of your inner narrative. It literally rewires your inner landscape. And your identity, like a muscle, strengthens with consistent, intentional use. So, from this moment forward, I urge you, with utmost sincerity, to watch your mouth, because you are, quite literally, speaking your future into existence. There's a profound reason why ancient mystics, cutting-edge neuroscientists, and visionary quantum physicists all converge on one undeniable truth. Your thoughts ultimately create your reality, but to be even more accurate, your identity anchors it. So, as you move through your day, ask yourself, with a newfound awareness, what am I declaring daily? And more importantly, the crucial question, is it in perfect alignment with the magnificent life I say I want to live? The answers to these questions hold the key to unlocking your true destiny. Stay with us. The journey continues with Massive World. Chapter 3. The Neurology of I Am Rewiring Self-Perception. As the brilliant Dr. Joe Dispenza often reminds us, the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's repeatedly imagined. In our last chapter, we deeply explored how each and every I am statement acts as a potent seed, planting itself firmly into the fertile soil of your identity. But how, precisely, does this tiny, powerful seed take root? How does it transform from a simple thought into a deeply ingrained part of who you are? The answer, my friends, lies within the intricate, fascinating landscape of your own neurology. This chapter, with Massive World, will meticulously unpack the cutting-edge science behind why your mind, your incredible brain, listens to every single thing you say about yourself, even the subtle lies, the habitual doubts, the unconscious limitations we often unknowingly impose. We'll journey into how the brain processes identity, how the miraculous phenomenon of neuroplasticity makes profound, lasting change not just possible, but incredibly accessible. And crucially, we'll discover how to effectively interrupt those old, disempowering I am scripts that no longer serve your highest good. It's time to move beyond mere awareness and step powerfully into real, tangible transformation from the inside out. Let's start with a foundational truth that might just surprise you with its simplicity. Your brain believes you every single time. Your subconscious mind, that vast, powerful engine beneath the surface of your conscious thoughts, doesn't argue with you. It doesn't critique. It doesn't filter. It just listens. When you utter, even in a quiet whisper, I am stupid, or I am unworthy, or I am never going to get this right, your subconscious receives it as a direct, irrefutable instruction. No filter, no critique, no context about your mood or a momentary frustration. It simply logs the command, and with incredible precision, it immediately begins adjusting your mental, emotional, and even your physiological state to meticulously match that declaration. Think of it like sophisticated software. Whatever code you type into the terminal, it runs. Whether that code is brilliantly constructive, leading to incredible innovation, or deeply corrupt, leading to system crashes, the computer simply executes the command. This is precisely why careless self-talk is so incredibly dangerous. Every single time you repeat a disempowering phrase, you aren't just grumbling. You are actively reinforcing neural pathways. You are strengthening the very circuits that anchor you with formidable power to limitation. But thankfully, miraculously, your brain is not fixed. It's not a static, unchanging entity. Enter one of the most exciting, liberating discoveries in modern neuroscience: neuroplasticity. This is the incredible, inherent ability of your nervous system to literally rewire itself, to reconfigure its pathways, to forge new connections, all in response to new experiences, consistent repetition, and powerful new intentions. When you consciously speak a new I am statement, you are not simply being poetic. You are, quite literally, laying new neural tracks. You are carving fresh, vibrant grooves into the very landscape of your mind, actively disrupting the worn-out, stagnant loops of doubt, fear, and inadequacy that may have held you captive for years. Imagine for a moment saying, I am confident, for the very first time. Your brain, accustomed to the old narrative, might initially register it as new information. But say it again, and again, and again. Say it with emotion. Say it with conviction. And with consistent repetition, your brain, in its infinite adaptability, will begin to say, Maybe this is who we are now. That, my friends, is the process. New identity, repeated signal, and finally, tangible, physical brain change. It's not magic. It's groundbreaking biology, and it is entirely within your grasp. If your brain, in its incredible literalness, accepts whatever you declare, then let's make those declarations fiercely intentional, shall we? Here are a few powerful, practical techniques you can begin right now to profoundly shift your self-perception on a neurological level, guiding your brain to a higher, more empowering reality. 1. The mirror method. Stand directly in front of a mirror. Look deeply, unflinchingly, into your own eyes. And then, with conviction, say your new I am statements out loud. Why it works. Direct eye contact is incredibly powerful. It activates emotional centers in the brain, making the affirmation far more impactful, far more ingrained. This courageous process actively disrupts shame and self-judgment, two major, often unconscious obstacles to profound identity change. Try, I am worthy. I am becoming the highest version of myself. I am safe to receive. Repeat these daily. Say them like you mean it, even if you don't fully believe them yet. The belief will follow the consistent declaration. Second affirmation. Reversal technique. Identify a disempowering I am statement that you've been unconsciously repeating. Then, with deliberate intention, reverse it. And then, powerfully reinforce the opposite. Music shifts slightly. A subtle, almost imperceptible low hum or single sustained note. Example. If you typically catch yourself thinking, I am not good enough, pause, take a breath, and then consciously reframe that old narrative. Tell yourself, with authority, that's an old story. I now choose, I am more than enough. Why it works. This technique powerfully activates your prefrontal cortex, the brain's incredibly important center for conscious choice, decision-making, and executive function. It actively helps you override subconscious programming in real time, giving you back control. 3. Identity journaling. Each morning, before the day's demands fully set in, write down 3 to 5 I am statements. These statements should powerfully reflect who you are becoming, not just what you are vaguely hoping for. And here's the key. Include evidence from your life, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, that supports this new identity. Example, I am focused. I completed my project yesterday. I am resilient. I handled that conflict calmly. Why it works. Your brain, in its profound wisdom, builds identity through evidence and consistent repetition. Journaling, in this intentional way, creates both, solidifying the new narrative within your neural pathways. 4. Visualization with identity. Anchoring. Close your eyes. Take a few deep, cleansing breaths. Now, powerfully visualize your future self. See yourself living the life you deeply desire. Successful, healthy, joyful, abundant. Feel into that future version's energy. How do they speak? How do they carry themselves? What decisions do they make? Now, open your eyes and declare, with every fiber of your being, I am already that version. I choose to act, walk, and speak from it today. Try. I am aligned with the reality I desire. I am already it. Why it works. When your inner world feels real, truly tangible, your outer world, with astonishing synchronicity, catches up. You are literally instructing your reality to conform to your internal blueprint. Here's the powerful, undeniable formula for profound neurological change. Repetition alone lays the groundwork. It builds the pathway. But emotion reinforces the signal. The more you speak your new identity with genuine feeling, with a deep sense of conviction, the faster your brain actively rewires. Why? Because emotion releases powerful neurochemicals like dopamine and acetylcholine, which dramatically increase neural imprinting. This is precisely why affirmations, when done without feeling, sometimes fall flat. It's not the words themselves that are lacking, it's the state, the emotional resonance behind those words. So, declare with profound presence, feel it in your body, and then witness the rewiring begin. Don't expend your precious energy fighting the old narratives. Instead, simply stop feeding them and powerfully, consistently start nourishing the new ones. Let every single I am you speak from this day forward be a clear, concise instruction to your brain, a powerful, undeniable message to the universe, a firm, unwavering declaration of who you are consciously choosing to become. Because, without a shadow of a doubt, the most powerful words you will ever utter are the ones you say about yourself. Join us again as Massive World guides you deeper into your true potential. Chapter 4: Embodiment, Living from the Future You. To truly be is to powerfully become. The future isn't some distant, ethereal concept you passively wait for. It is, profoundly, something you actively become, right now, in this very moment. In our previous chapter, we meticulously explored how the simple yet potent I am rewires the very circuits of your brain, shifting your identity at the fundamental, subconscious level. But here's the crucial pivot, the next powerful step. Awareness alone is not enough. The real, transformative shift happens when you truly, deeply embody the version of you who already possesses what you are calling into your life. Not just in theory, not just as a fleeting thought, but in the very way you walk, the way you think, the way you speak, and the way you gracefully, powerfully respond to life's intricate dance. This, my friends, is embodiment. This is living from the end. Today, with Massive World, we're diving headfirst into one of the most profound truths of manifestation, a principle often misunderstood, but undeniably powerful. You don't simply attract what you want, you attract what you are. For decades, the revolutionary field of quantum physics has been teaching us an extraordinary truth. Reality isn't a fixed, predictable, linear path. No, it is a dynamic, fluid field of infinite possibilities, constantly responding to our observation, our intention, and most critically, our vibration. In this mind-bending view, the future isn't out there, patiently waiting for you to arrive at its doorstep. It already exists, vibrantly, in potential. And your unique frequency, your energetic resonance, is the precise determinant of which version of that potential you effectively collapse into form. In the simplest of terms, if you genuinely want to experience a different reality, a more expansive, joyful, or abundant reality, you must courageously, consciously become a different version of you. This is where the simple phrase, I am, transcends mere affirmation and transforms into identity in motion. It becomes the very essence of your being, rippling out into the universe. Let's dissect two seemingly similar statements, yet energetically, they are worlds apart. I want abundance. I am abundant. The first statement, I want abundance, subtly places your desire firmly in the future. It implicitly, energetically says, it's not here yet. And what you vibrate as not here continues, invariably, to stay not here. You are holding it at arm's length. But the second statement, I am abundant, powerfully, courageously, claims it now. Not as a wishful thought, but as a deeply embodied truth. Even if your outer world, at this precise moment hasn't fully caught up to your inner declaration, you are profoundly instructing the quantum field to reflect who you are being. It's not about pretending. It's about pre-living. It's about inhabiting the energetic signature of your desired reality. To genuinely live from the future you, to embody that higher version of yourself, begin by asking profoundly simple, yet immensely powerful questions. How would I walk if I already was wildly successful? How would I speak if I knew, deep in my bones, that the universe had my back, always? What choices would I intuitively make today if I truly, unequivocally believed I am worthy? You are not waiting to get there. You are actively practicing being there now. This deep immersion includes your speech. Speak from a place of unshakable certainty. Utter phrases like, "This is unfolding beautifully," or "That's already mine," not with arrogance, but with knowing. Your posture, embodied energy, undeniably shows up in how you physically carry yourself. Shoulders back, spine tall, breath steady, confident. Your thoughts. When self-doubt inevitably tries to creep in, interrupt it, and immediately redirect your mental energy with powerful, identity-based language. That's not who I am anymore. I am. Fill in your new identity. The ultimate goal, my friends, is profound congruence between what you say, what you genuinely feel, and how you gracefully, powerfully move through the world. When you consistently live from the version of you who already has it, who already is it, something profoundly powerful begins to happen. Your entire world, with astonishing precision, starts to match it. Why? Because reality isn't responding to your old, tired stories, your past limitations, or your deeply ingrained conditioning. Number, it is responding, always, to your current vibration. If you consistently vibrate from a place of deep confidence, intrinsic worthiness, expansive abundance, and profound peace, your reality, by universal law, must reflect those states. This is not some abstract philosophy. This is the very mechanics of consciousness. And the longer, the more consistently you hold and embody that new identity, the faster the mirror of your reality sharpens, reflecting back to you your truest self. Here's a simple, yet extraordinarily powerful daily practice to integrate the essence of this chapter. The future me is here exercise. Close your eyes. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Visualize your future self, the successful you, the healthy you, the joyful, abundant you. Feel into that version's energy. How do they speak? How do they carry themselves? What decisions do they make? Now, open your eyes, and with profound intention, declare, I am already that version. I choose to act, walk, and speak from it today. Then, throughout your entire day, make it a conscious habit to check in with yourself. Ask, is this thought in alignment with who I am becoming? Would the future me say yes to this or no? This isn't about forcing perfection. It's about energetic alignment, moment by moment. It's crucial to understand. Embodiment is not performance. You are not acting. You are not putting on a show to impress the universe or anyone else. You are, at your core, reconnecting with your truest essence. This is who you already are, beneath the layers of fear, beneath the weight of conditioning, beneath the shackles of hesitation. Embodiment is the bridge, the sacred, powerful bridge between pure possibility and tangible physical reality. When you courageously live as if your vision is already true, without needing external proof to validate it, you become profoundly magnetic. You are no longer frantically chasing the outcome. You are effortlessly attracting it, through the sheer, undeniable force of who you are being. And this, my friends, is what true mastery looks like. The universe doesn't passively grant wishes. It precisely reflects identity. You can meditate, you can journal, you can visualize with exquisite detail, you can affirm with fervent passion. But if your daily actions, your deepest thoughts, and your unconscious choices are still stubbornly rooted in your old self, the universe has no compelling reason to bring that new, vibrant reality forward. But when you truly, genuinely live as the version of you who already has it, who already is it, the world, by immutable law, must respond in kind. Because in the vast, interconnected quantum field, the script of your desired reality is already written. All you have to do, all you have to be, is become it. So go forth, become it. Your magnificent future awaits, and it begins with you. Words, as ancient wisdom tells us, cast spells. That's why, in the English language, we even refer to the act of writing as spelling. Every single day, you are speaking. Sometimes aloud, often internally, in the quiet theater of your mind. But what you may not fully realize is that your words, particularly those preceded by the potent two-word phrase, I am, are not just mere expressions of a fleeting mood. They are profound declarations of creation. Your I am is not a report of the current moment. It is a powerful decree to the universe, a vibrational command, a very real, often unconscious spell. So, what then truly happens when we casually, almost thoughtlessly, utter phrases like, I'm so tired, I'm just not good at that, I am broke, I am anxious, I'm always behind? Most people, almost all of us, say these things without a second thought, without a flicker of awareness. But that, my friends, is precisely the problem. You don't realize that with every single declaration, with every seemingly innocent utterance, you are actively anchoring identity. And as we've meticulously explored in this journey with Massive World, identity is, without a shadow of a doubt, your destiny. Language doesn't merely describe your reality. It does something far more profound. It intricately reveals your internal wiring. When you, for instance, say, I am not enough, you're not simply reporting a temporary feeling. You are, with powerful resonance, reaffirming a deeply held belief. A belief that, once solidified, meticulously shapes how you perceive the world, how you react to its challenges, and how you ultimately create your experiences within it. This truth goes far deeper than just positive thinking. The words you utter most frequently, those phrases that become your mental shorthand, quite literally, and over time, shape your neural pathways. Your brain actively builds intricate circuits around these repeatedly used phrases, making it effortlessly easier to default into those specific emotional states and behavioral patterns. If I am overwhelmed becomes your go-to line, your habitual lament, you aren't just experiencing a moment of exhaustion. You have, quite literally, trained your body and your mind to anticipate, even to expect, exhaustion. That, my friends, is the insidious, hidden trap. False declarations become self-reinforcing loops. When you declare, I'm always behind, your brain hears, this is who I am. This is my fundamental truth. The universe, in its impartial reflection, hears, please send me more experiences that confirm this very state of being. And soon, with astonishing precision, your life begins to reflect exactly what you declared. Not because you consciously want it, but because you unconsciously agreed to it. Your I am becomes your agreement with reality. And if you're not profoundly conscious of what you're agreeing to, you will, without fail, unconsciously create a life that mirrors limitation rather than expansive freedom. Imagine, for a moment, that you are carrying a sacred, powerful wand. A wand that, with just a flick of your wrist, instantly activates anything it points to, bringing it into vivid manifestation. Would you, with casual disregard, wave that precious wand at things you absolutely do not want to create? Of course not. But that, tragically, is precisely what happens when we, without thought, say things like, "I'm stupid, I'll never figure this out," or "I am cursed" when it comes to relationships. Each one of those phrases, those careless "I am" statements, acts like a seed, a potent seed planted in the fertile field of your existence. And if repeated enough, nurtured by the soil of unconscious belief, they will sprout. They will blossom, whether you consciously intended them to or not. This is precisely why revered figures like Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, and countless mystics throughout history emphasized, with fervent passion, the profound importance of guarding your words, not from a place of fearful censorship, but from a place of heightened awareness, of profound self-respect. Because to be careless with your "I am" is to carelessly, unknowingly, misdirect your most powerful, inherent creative force. So, how do you begin unhooking yourself from these false, disempowering declarations? How do you reclaim your linguistic sovereignty? 1. Awareness is the first step. Begin right now to consciously notice your "I am" statements. Pay particular attention to them in casual conversation, especially when you're tired, frustrated, or even just joking around. What do you instinctively default to? 2. Interrupt the pattern. The moment you catch yourself saying something like, "I am a mess today," pause, take a breath, and then consciously revise. Tell yourself, "I'm feeling a little scattered, but I am grounded and clear beneath the surface." The truth, my friends, is this: emotions are fleeting. They pass, but identity sticks. Always speak from who you choose to be, not who you temporarily feel like. 3. Replace with powerful truths. Even if you don't fully believe them yet, begin affirming higher, more empowering declarations. Start with bridge statements, rooted firmly in possibility, not delusion. Try, "I am learning. I am becoming stronger. I am open to clarity. I am guided, even when I feel unsure." These statements create a pathway, a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. 4. Anchor, new language with emotion. Words truly become magic when they are felt. Don't just robotically say, "I am confident." Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Feel the version of you who truly owns that confidence. Let the words drop from your logical mind into your entire body. Let them resonate in your heart. Let them settle into your gut. The power of gentle precision. This chapter, and indeed this entire journey with Massive World, isn't about policing your every word or forcing some fake, saccharine positivity. Number, it is, profoundly, about reclaiming the precise, inherent power of your identity. Instead of declaring, "I am anxious," try a more precise, compassionate approach. "I am feeling waves of anxiety right now, but I am not anxiety. I am the calm beneath it." Instead of the defeated lament, "I am so tired of failing," shift your declaration to, "I am learning. I am evolving. I am stronger than I was yesterday." Precision in language is, in essence, compassion in action. It is how we consciously, lovingly, stop reinforcing old selves and begin the magnificent journey of becoming new ones. You are always declaring. The fundamental question isn't whether you're using "I am." It's how you're using it. Every single sentence you speak, every silent assumption you hold, is either adding profound weight to the version of you that is expanding, growing, and thriving, or to the one that is collapsing, shrinking, and holding back. And the magnificent shift begins, not with frantic action, but with profound awareness. So, from this moment forward, choose your words like spells, because they are. Stay with us. Your journey into profound self-mastery continues with Massive World. Chapter 6. The Sacred Silence After the Declaration. After the word comes the waiting. After the planting comes the pause. You've made your profound declaration. You've powerfully uttered, I am wealthy. I am healed. I am love. Now what? This, my friends, is the part that few people talk about, but it is, arguably, one of the most crucial elements of conscious creation, the sacred stillness after the declaration. It is the energetic exhale, the profound moment when you must, with unwavering faith, trust that the seed you have just planted has taken root. And then you must, with utmost discipline, resist the almost irresistible urge to dig it up every 5 minutes to see if it's growing. Stillness, in this context, is not inactivity. It is not laziness. It is, at its core, a profound act of energetic trust. When you declare an I am statement, you send out a powerful, crystal clear ripple into the vast interconnected quantum field. A precise vibrational intention that immediately begins reshaping the very fabric of your reality. But here's what most people instinctively do right after that powerful declaration. They doubt. They anxiously check. They second guess. They relentlessly overthink every detail. And in doing so, they inadvertently, tragically, interrupt the very transmission they just sent. Think of your declaration like a divine order you've just placed at the finest restaurant in the cosmos. You've placed your order. Now, you must, with grace, step back and allow the kitchen of the universe to meticulously prepare it. You wouldn't keep barging into the kitchen, yelling, "Is it ready yet? Are you making it right? Should I just cook it myself?" But energetically, spiritually, that's precisely what many of us unknowingly do. In nearly every mystical tradition across the globe, from the esoteric wisdom of Hermeticism to the profound insights of Buddhism, from the ancient teachings of the Desert Fathers to the latest quantum theories, there is a deep, abiding reverence for the void. This void is not an emptiness to be feared. It is the sacred space between thought and tangible manifestation, the essential gap between your powerful intention and its physical realization. It is the crucial pause between your I am and its ultimate it is done. This void can, admittedly, feel uncomfortable. It can feel like absolutely nothing is happening. But in truth, this is precisely where everything is happening, beneath the surface, beyond your current senses. In this fertile, unseen space, creation is diligently at work. The key, therefore, is to remain internally still while externally flowing. You've declared, I am abundant. Now the crucial step is to act as if that's true, not by trying to force abundance into reality through frantic effort, but by gracefully aligning with the intrinsic energy of someone who knows it's already so. Go for a walk. Make a perfect cup of tea. Create something beautiful. Breathe deeply. This isn't avoidance of responsibility. This is profound embodiment. This is conscious, deliberate gestation time. Let's clarify something vitally important here. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It absolutely does not mean you become indifferent or apathetic to your desires. What it does mean is that you courageously release the gripping, anxious need for external evidence to appear immediately. The universe operates on a principle of resonance, not pressure. Desperation, anxiety, frantic need, these states energetically scream, "I don't believe it's working. It's not here yet." And that vibration, sadly, pulls your manifestation further away, creating a wider energetic gap. Stillness, on the other hand, whispers with calm authority, "I trust that it already is. I know it's on its way." One repels, the other magnetizes. So, after your powerful declaration, "I am healthy, I am magnetic, I am free," let your energy genuinely rest. This is not idle time. This is sacred gestation time. This is the universe rearranging itself to meet your new vibration. Every single "I am" you speak, every conscious declaration you make, is like a note played into the vast, echoing chamber of the universe. If you shout into a canyon and then immediately keep talking, you will never hear the echo. But if you declare your truth and then fall into a profound, trusting silence, the response, the resonance, will inevitably come back to you. This, my friends, is the exquisite art of co-creation. Declare with crystal clear clarity. Embody the desired energy. Fall into a sacred, trusting silence. And then listen deeply for what returns. Follow the inspired nudge. It is a graceful, powerful dance between powerful intention and profound surrender. Here are a few powerful ways to deepen your post-declaration silence, to cultivate this sacred stillness within your daily life, courtesy of Massive World. 1. Sit in quiet presence. After making a powerful affirmation, sit in quiet presence for 3 to 5 minutes. Let your body absorb it. No music, no mantras, just breathe. Allow the declaration to settle into every cell. 2. Journal and release. Write your "I am" statement in a journal. Then, physically close the journal. Go do something joyful, something that brings you pleasure and shifts your focus. Give your declaration the space it needs to grow, without your constant interference. 3. Use breathwork to reset. Consciously use your breath to reset your nervous system. Breathe in your declaration, feeling its energy. Exhale control, surrender, and any doubt. Observe your thoughts without judgment. If fear or impatience creeps in, don't fight it. Just gently remind yourself, "I've already declared it." The seed is planted. The roots are growing. The profound power of "I am" is not just in the carefully chosen words themselves. It is in your unwavering willingness to fall into a sacred silence afterward. To truly trust what you have spoken into existence. You don't need to frantically convince the universe. You simply need to align with it and allow it to echo back your truth in perfect divine timing. Stay with us as Massive World guides you to the ultimate mastery of your being. Chapter 7. Mastery. Becoming the observer who declares. As the ancient proverb wisely states, you are not the storm. You are the sky it moves through. By now, through our journey with Massive World, you have profoundly seen the immense power contained within the two simple words, "I am." You've diligently practiced the art of conscious declaration, the profound act of embodiment, and the sacred, trusting stillness that follows. But here, my friends, is the final unlock, the master key, the pivotal understanding that most people never truly find, never fully grasp. And that key is this: you are not the thought. You are the one who declares the thought. And the very moment you realize this, the very instant this truth dawns upon you, you shift. You shift from passively being the program to powerfully becoming the programmer of your own reality. Most people, for the majority of their lives, mistakenly believe they are their thoughts. They identify deeply with every fleeting mental event. I'm always anxious. I'm just not good with money. I've never been lucky in love. But these, my friends, are not fixed, immutable truths etched into your very being. Number. They are, profoundly, rehearsed declarations. They are simply the persistent echoes of old beliefs, beliefs that were accepted, often unconsciously, without question, and then spoken into identity, again and again, reinforcing their grip. Here's the liberating truth. You are not your anxiousness. You are not your past trauma. You are not even, at your deepest core, your conditioned personality. You are pure, boundless conscious awareness. You are the observer. And from that pristine, powerful place, you hold the absolute freedom to choose new statements, new realities, and entirely new ways of being. Take a moment, right now, just pause, and simply notice the thoughts. Observe them as they float effortlessly through your mind. Some might be helpful. Some might be critical, even harsh. Some might be utterly random, like stray clouds in the sky. But who, precisely, is noticing them? Who is aware of their presence? That's you, the observer, the profound I behind the I am. And that, my friends, is precisely where your true power lies. Not in frantically trying to control every single thought, for that is an impossible task, but in remembering, with unwavering clarity, that you don't have to believe them all. You are the one who gets to consciously declare which thoughts, which beliefs become real, become the very fabric of your world. Let's imagine a common scenario. A thought surfaces, unbidden, in your mind. I'm not good enough. You have a pivotal choice in that very moment. You can either passively absorb it, allowing it to merge with your sense of self, or you can consciously observe it. And in that precious, powerful moment of observation, you gain absolute sovereignty. You can then, with authority, declare, I see that thought, but I am more than it. This isn't about pretending the thought doesn't exist, about stuffing it down or ignoring it. It's about choosing not to fuse with it, not to identify with it as your core truth. Every single time you observe a thought without actively fusing with it, without making it who you are, you powerfully reclaim your true authorship. And from that reclaimed authorship, you speak new, liberating truths into being. I am capable. I am grounded. I am free. These are not just random affirmations you're trying to force upon yourself. These are the profound identities you are consciously, deliberately choosing to become, stemming from a place of deep knowing, not superficial wishful thinking. Most of us, without our consent, were raised with deep, often subtle, layers of societal conditioning. Be realistic. Don't aim too high. Stay safe. Fit in. These subtle and sometimes overtly stated messages form the very foundation of our early self-concept. They become the unexamined blueprints for our lives. But the magnificent moment you become profoundly aware of that conditioning, the moment you shine the light of consciousness upon it, you gain the extraordinary power to rewrite it. Not by fighting it, not by railing against it, but by simply seeing it, acknowledging its past influence, perhaps even thanking it for what it taught you, and then, with liberating choice, selecting something far more aligned with your authentic self. Every I am from this moment forward can emanate from conscious authorship, from deliberate choice, rather than from inherited limitation. To truly embody the observer within you and declare powerfully from your higher authentic self. Integrate these daily practices into your life, guided by Massive World. 1. Daily self-witnessing. Spend just 5 minutes in quiet silence each day. Simply watch your thoughts as they arise, without reacting to them, without judgment. Notice what your mind instinctively wants to declare about you, and then pause, just for a moment, before automatically accepting it as truth. 2. Rewrite and replace. Whenever an old disempowering I am statement arises, for example, I'm always broke, consciously, deliberately rewrite it. Affirm the new truth. I am in the process of expanding financially. 3. Mirror reminders. Place sticky notes or small affirmations on your bathroom mirror. Simple reminders like, I am the observer, or I choose what I become. Read them aloud each morning with presence and conviction. 4. Declare from stillness. Make it a powerful practice to speak your I am statements, only after centering yourself. Cultivate a still mind and an open heart. Let your declarations truly come from your deepest truth, not from your fleeting fear. At the highest level, I am is not just a practice. It's not even merely a philosophy. It is a profound way of being. It is the very posture of someone who knows, deep within their bones, that they are not at the mercy of the world's capricious winds. They are a conscious, deliberate, and powerful creator within it. So let every declaration you make become a radiant extension of your observed truth. Let every I am rise from a place of crystal clear clarity, not confusion or doubt. And let your identity, your very essence, be a magnificent masterpiece you lovingly paint every single day, with unwavering awareness as your brush and conscious declaration as your vibrant ink. Join us for the final chapter of Massive World, where we complete the sacred loop. Chapter 8. I am that I am, the sacred loop of creation. God said to Moses, I am that I am. Exodus 3:14. This was not just a name. It was a cosmic equation, a truth so fundamental, so infinite, it required no further explanation. I am that I am is far more than a divine response. It is the very origin of all becoming. It is a declaration existing outside of time itself, an unbreakable code intricately embedded in the very fabric of your soul. It means, I become what I declare. I reflect what I recognize. I am the cause and the effect. Let us now, with Massive World, return full circle to the profound origin point where all creation eternally begins and ends, in the timeless, boundless presence of I am. In countless mystical traditions, from the esoteric wisdom of the Kabbalah to the profound insights of Hermeticism, from the deep knowing of the Gnostics to countless wisdom teachings across the ages, creation is never linear. It relentlessly spirals, just like your breath, just like your thoughts, just like the magnificent galaxies themselves, constantly expanding and contracting. And at the very heart of every single spiral, at its undeniable core, is identity. What you powerfully declare as I am today, meticulously becomes that tomorrow. And what you profoundly experience as that tomorrow, in turn, reinforces the I am you believe today. It's an unbroken, continuous loop. You say, I am unworthy. Life, like a perfect mirror, reflects back situations and experiences to confirm that deep-seated unworthiness. You declare, I am abundant. The world, with astonishing synchronicity, rearranges itself to deliver opportunities, brilliant ideas, and unwavering support that precisely match that expansive vibration. And so, the loop gracefully, or sometimes painfully, continues. until you consciously, powerfully interrupt it. Every single pattern that keeps you stuck, every recurring challenge you face is, at its core, a loop of identity. If you've ever felt like you're reliving the same challenges over and over again, financially, emotionally, relationally, it's because the I am at your very core, the fundamental declaration, hasn't genuinely changed. This is not your fault, my friend. This is simply your deeply ingrained programming. But now, armed with profound awareness, you hold the undeniable power to consciously declare anew. Here's how you break free from the limiting loop and step into the spiral of ascension. See the pattern. Become acutely aware of the old story, the old narrative, playing on repeat in your mind and in your life. Challenge the declaration. Identify what I am statement, however subtle, is upholding that limiting pattern. Choose a new loop. From your place as the observer, consciously declare a new, liberating truth about yourself. Reinforce, through embodiment, powerfully walk, speak, and act in complete alignment with that new, chosen identity. When you consistently do this, the loop doesn't just break, it elevates. The spiral of your life begins its magnificent, undeniable ascent. The sacred name, I am that I am, was never meant to be merely worshipped from afar, an untouchable mystery. Number. It was meant to be profoundly realized within you. You, dear listener, are made in the image and likeness of the ultimate creative force. You were divinely designed to speak worlds into being. Every I am you utter is a sacred spark. Every conscious declaration is a precisely aimed match. And the universe, in all its infinite potential, is the vast, magnificent canvas, ready to powerfully catch fire, to manifest your truth. This is precisely why mystics, throughout lifetimes, meditated deeply on these potent words, because within them lies the very formula of reality. Being creates becoming. Let's take this concept even deeper. In the vast interconnected quantum field, all possibilities exist simultaneously. Every single version of you, every potential outcome, every magnificent possibility is already vibrantly alive in the field of infinite intelligence. So, what selects it? What precisely locks in the version of reality you get to experience? Your identity? Your I am. Your I am is the selector switch, the precise tuner, the vibrational frequency that locks in the specific version of reality that materializes for you. It is the origin and the destination, the profound declaration and the joyous arrival, the fundamental question and the ultimate answer, the sacred word and the manifesting world. So, when you powerfully, consciously utter, I am that I am, you are not just repeating ancient words. You are fiercely affirming your inherent divinity. You are boldly proclaiming, I do not need permission to be. I do not need external validation to declare. I am. Therefore, I create. To truly close this journey, here is a simple, yet profoundly transformative living practice. A guide to living the sacred loop every single day with massive world. 1. Morning declaration. Upon waking, before the demands of the day pull you in, speak aloud the I am of the version you are consciously becoming. Try. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am enough. Second, midday awareness. Check in. At least once during your day, pause. Take a moment. Ask yourself, what I am have I been living, consciously or unconsciously today? If needed, gently course correct with a new, empowering declaration. Third evening embodiment. Reflection. Before you sleep, reflect. Did I walk in alignment with my I am today? Did my actions, thoughts, and words reflect the truth of who I am becoming? Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Adjust with grace and self-compassion, knowing each new day is a fresh opportunity. This, my friends, is not about perfection. It's about unwavering presence. You are not here to be a passive recipient of circumstances. You are here to remember who you truly are, a magnificent fragment of the divine, a powerful speaker of truth, a conscious master of the sacred loop of creation. So, go now and declare boldly, I am free. I am love. I am the creator of my reality. And let the sacred loop complete its magnificent cycle. You have returned to the origin, and now you begin again. This is the end of the massive world, the sacred I Am audiobook. But it is truly the beginning of your limitless becoming.